Hello.
Demonetize this, Michael. Oh.
Why?
I've tried to demonetize your mouth for years, John.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
jeez.
you just keep
Why?
hurling it at everybody. So, hello and welcome. By the eternal, it is the Disinformed podcast on YouTube. Disinformed After Dark. I'm Shane.
I'm John.
And I'm Michael.
We forgot a Beholt.
I don't care.
You lost your Beholt privileges when you immediately started talking about demonetization.
John,
so.
take your Beholt and put it in your... We are very excited today, more excited than we usually are, because this has ceased to be a sausage party. We actually have a guest here, ladies and germaphobes, and so we are pleased to introduce for those listeners of the podcast, the now infamous Sam, who happens to be the glorious perpetuator of violence in Damn the Weather. And we're very happy to have her. So welcome, Sam. Thank you for joining
guys.
us.
I'm so excited to be here and talk to other people who are adults.
Go through puberty again, apparently.
Yeah, that too.
So I was in the grocery store, and Sam knows this for sure, but she does it with Amazon, where you buy something and you're not sure when you're going to use it, but you buy it just because it feels right at the time.
AKA Glade Flings.
Yes. No, so I bought this over the weekend. I was like, there'll be a time where I'll want to pop this open. And now I will.
Yay!
Just for Sam.
Oh, a white
the
claw.
claw.
John.
I ran out.
I forgot how basic you were. That's what all the kids are doing these days. So
I just mixed up a nice whiskey seltzer water cocktail, so it's my claw.
That's your
Ooh.
Yeah.
what is that, your like Jack and honey mix?
This is my summer version. Yeah.
Okay.
Of my typical Jack Daniel's honey and tea drink.
John thought you said summer virgin for a second. He got much more excited than he should have been.
Hold on a
This
second.
is my
Full.
Bones coffee for the evening. So since we're
Woo!
perpetuating everything, Michael, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Kachina Throwback Ale. I got it because it has an
No
old,
one cares. So.
He got it because there's pictures on it.
It's an old Phoenix Coyotes like logo. And
This was
that's
a
why I got it.
hieroglyph that was depicted on one of the mountains near my home that we saw when my mom took me and dragged me out there at one time when I...
I'm offended by that.
You
and
should
not
be.
and just because of the way you told the story. That's the only reason.
Well,
Oh
isn't
my-
that
I
a
like-
sad fact?
Michael, I like your lame kickback beer. It's fine.
I mean,
It's fine.
that's
It's
why I
just
got it. That's why I got it.
Because you knew I'd like how lame it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Changing the title of this episode to Vicious and Delicious. All right.
I am the queen of violence.
Yeah.
Noted.
So Sam's going to be with us for this episode and the next one, right?
I believe if we can manage to make it work. So,
Sure. So I'm going to be backwards at this episode, forward at the next one, so it feels like entirely different.
yes, John
Well,
is
change the
very...
shirt.
He's really keen on his fashion not being stale, since he is the fashionista of the three, apparently.
If Asher has any say in anything, it's fashion is the true end game. So that's what he says about every video game that he enjoys.
And your needlework needs work. All right.
I think I could say that on YouTube.
I think you can, as your wife is a pincushion at this point. So,
Oh no! She's so much more than that, Shane.
well,
See,
with
this
those
is
little
why we
knees, I
need
don't see
Sam.
I don't see with those knees how she's accomplished anything in the course of
She
this
does
life.
have comically tiny knees.
Very tiny knees. All right. Are we ready for this week's hyperthetical?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And we'll see. Sam can go first on this one. We'll let her get the first swing just so we get, at first blush.
Now I'm scared.
I had a lot of fun with this one. You meet a wizard in downtown Chicago. The wizard tells you he can make you more attractive if you pay him money. When you ask how this process works, the wizard points to a random person on the street. You look at this random stranger. The wizard says, "I will now make them $1 more attractive." He waves his magic wand. Ostensibly, this person doesn't change at all. As far as you can tell, nothing is different. But somehow, this person is suddenly a little more appealing. The tangible difference is invisible to the naked eye, but you can't deny that this person is vaguely sexier. This wizard has a weird rule, though. You can only pay him once, just like John's ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
You can't keep giving him money until you're satisfied with how you look. So you can only pay him one lump sum up front. How much cash do you give the wizard?
But you don't get to pick like specifically what he's adjusting.
No, but see,
No.
he's just making you sexier. Now, there's no physical attributes that change. You will just
It's
become.
Aura.
It's magic. Oh.
It's your aura
No.
changes.
Yes.
I give that wizard no money because I feel like I'm fine.
You brought the sexy back.
Well,
I mean, no one's gonna squash your
number one-
confidence.
Hi, I'm a public school teacher, so I have no money to give the wizard.
Fair.
But secondarily, if it was gonna make me actually physically attractive, I might give him a little bit of money because that would make me feel better about myself.
Now,
but I
there-
don't really give a crap about what everybody else thinks because I already got a husband and that's all done and whatever.
There's nothing saying, though, that the wizard's effect doesn't also affect your own mind. So
Oh,
you
no.
may think that you are sexier.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, because I mean,
so
I will pay.
self-esteem?
I'm sorry, Glitch John, what did you say?
Yeah.
I didn't choose to be this way. I was born this way.
Oh, no.
But now it feels like a self-care action, and I'm okay with spending money on self-care.
Okay. Well, so given that, if it changes your own mindset as well and helps to kind of bolster you and your perception of yourself, would that change your answer?
I would find $50 for the wizard
Oh, $50. For that, I will
From
give you
$50.
from my luxurious savings account.
hamburgers. Michael, what are you going to give the wizard?
Well, I'm kind of in the same boat as her. I don't really have that much to spend. I just threw a down payment on renting a house, so I have literally next to no money. I would probably just pass. I'm like, nah, I don't think I could pay enough money to feel beautiful in my eyes, so I'm cool with that.
Whew, darkest timeline.
Well, if I didn't say it, one of you two would, so I just head you off at the pass there.
I'm offended, Michael. I do nothing but hold you in the highest esteem and regard and treat you concurrently.
This whole podcast is just a self booster for you, Michael. We do
What?
nothing but lift you up.
Are you
doing that thing
censoring
again?
yourself? Because all I hear is just like, are you... I
So-
mean, good on you for censoring yourself. You know, we got to keep, being monetized, but, you just don't have to say those words.
As of right now, we have officially proven that there's other individuals witnessing that John exists in a realm where the internet does not exist.
I was gonna say we're proving he needs to up his speed.
Am I back yet? Am
Yes.
I here?
Oh,
You're
hey,
alive.
hi.
You're here. It's just you're missing parts of your words, like a toddler trying to express themselves.
Oh, that's intentional.
I was gonna say, that sounds normal now.
It's part of my char.
Now, in my defense, I feel like it's kind of like with Michael blaming technology. I think when everyone talks, it slows it down. But when I'm here just by myself, it's fine.
The voices in your
Right?
head are never jumbled. I agree.
Proceed.
I will try to be as minimal as possible.
Dancing.
Yeah, man. Fudge the internet.
Okay.
I would say, I'm trying to think how much cash I have in my wallet right now.
Well, you're in Chicago, so I mean, you could hit up your wife's parents for some cash, or her dad, at the very least.
I'm imagining this is a solo venture if I'm going to be entertaining a genie.
Okay.
Or a wizard. I'll give him like $15 and ask him like if he has an OnlyFans or a Venmo.
Okay.
And,
I mean,
and then if he has an
15
OnlyFans, like, is there a subscription service? Like, can I give him
No.
$10 per month?
No, it said specifically you can only give him one lump sum up front. You can only pay him once, so you get what you get.
But what if
Caveat.
like you go ahead, Sam?
I have an additional question.
Fire away.
For you, Dungeon Master. Can we dip into the band fund as an investment towards our fame?
I feel like you would have to call and chat with us about the fact you're being propositioned by a wizard in Chicago, and that's going to automatically rule out at least half of us who control some of the stake in this.
Does the wizard peace out immediately? Do you have to answer him right now, or can you call him back a day later?
I'm not, that's an interesting question, whether he's just the weirdest street corner pusher in the world and he's floating around every day going like, hey, you want to think about this for a minute? I'll see you next week.
Here's my card.
Does he? Yeah, because does he give you a phone number so that you can call him back? If you're giving them any exorbitant amount of money, is he going to follow you to the bank to take it out of the ATM?
I would say it's a wizard, so we'll be reasonable here. If you say, listen, this is something that's going to dramatically impact how I interact with the world, and I'm going to need to, think about this, I think he would be reasonable enough to say, I will meet you back here in 7 days, and then I need your answer.
Okay.
Then I would consult the band, because we could make more money if one of us was more attractive.
See, there's something that I think that, none of you have touched on that I have, wanted to get to, since one of our bandmates who's on this call has referred to both John and I as gigolos at some point in one way, shape, or form. There is no end to the amount of money that one could make if one is willing to invest in how sexy you are. So I think I'm more than willing to go upwards of maybe $100 to $200, if only for the delusion that I will think that I'm more attractive.
Because the confidence.
I'm game for this. I mean, that's really what sells most, 9 times out of 10, 80% what you're saying here is just you get up and go. They got up and went.
Confidence is sexy.
Yeah, well, just be careful though, because I'm a cautionary tale, Vicarous, because I went down when we all had to go see stylist from the first couple months of the band, and they took me down to nothing but a mustache, and it gave me a lot of confidence. But I flew too close to the sun, and then someone at a coffee house never hired us again and told Shane that mustache had an attitude problem. So.
I think the mustache persona, I think, is not necessarily a confidence issue so much as that was sowing the wild oats found at the bottom of a, hoppy barrel.
Hate-filled burrito, as you put it.
Indeed. And Hoppy Barrel is going to be our new, mariachi project.
That sounds like your coffee brand.
Hoppy Barrel.
Mm-hmm. I'd buy it.
We'll meet you at the bottom.
Barrel-aged coffee.
It happens.
It's a thing.
Yeah,
especially if we get extra attractive to sell it.
And how? So it seems like we've got, one no-taker on the wizard here. Sam is contemplating Team Wizard if it will, if she can steal money from the backs of the band. And both John and I are willing to kind of to kick out the jams a little bit here.
Yeah, I'm more cautious and you're more buck wild.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I've proven nothing over the course of, 38 years walking this planet is I don't care enough about myself to just hold back anything.
Fair enough.
Fair
enough.
I think that is a marvelous place for us to, kick this thing to the curb. Anything else that we are keen on divulging before we wrap this beautiful hate-filled burrito?
No, I feel like we have something really interesting to talk about next, which will be a week from this airing.
Yes.
Because we are going to do another one with Sam here. So we have a story for her to remember or misremember.
Yes.
Probably that.
Well, as I've always said, never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Oh, usually there'd be music or there'd be something, but there's nothing this time.
No.
This is a fade.
I decided to do
thoroughly confused.
I wanted to do a John impression for 5 seconds.
Oh, okay.
But you have to speed up and slow down, and then you also have to, perseverate on the same issue for 6 years.
Perseverate, yes. I plan to.
Whatever.
Yes, all right. Well, for Persepolis, I believe that is going to bring us to a tasty conclusion here for Disinformed After Dark. Oh, of course he had to freeze right now.
It's been a good first one, guys.
Well, Sam, thank you for joining us. John might not be with us for the end here, so I think that is going to. Congratulations, Sam. You now get to be Timothy Lone Cactus, so you'll get to dive in. So, for Disinformed After Dark, I am Kenton Eldorado.
And then
you Sam, are Timothy
know what
Lone
I am.
Cactus.
What's Timothy Lone Cactus?
We'll
Obviously,
explain
she's
it.
part of the canon.
Hey! We almost sold your spot there.
I have no idea what's going on. I guess that's John's name.
Sam was nearly Timothy Lone Cactus.
Okay, well, we can share that because I feel like it's going to happen again.
Okay, I watched an episode. I don't have it memorized.
I mean, that's unfortunate for all involved parties. And
I'm Robert Greer.
Well, thank you all for being here, and we're going to wish you out with a little love, peace, and soul.